This is the brand new 2020, I believe it's the 2020, Western Star Triaxle W4700. All right, first load, we got it back in kind of a tricky spot, so I'll go grab the truck. We're gonna dump this load, and I got a vibrator put on this box, so we'll use that for the first time today. That's how you do that. When we get back to the yard, I'll give you guys a run around of it. First load's here, black gold. This stuff is literally the best stuff in all of Canada. I can't stress that enough. Back for another load of that black sugar, but why didn't you go with the 4900 versus the 4700? Well, 4700 was cheaper and you get the same hourly rate. You don't get more for all the fancy chrome and stuff on a 4900. The 4900s are a beautiful truck. Logistically, we were looking for something that wasn't $15,000 to $20,000 more just because it had some nicer outfits on it, but this is still a beautiful truck. Okay, so to dump, I'm just in the backyard here at the customer's house, so I'll lift my tarp. I put my foot on the brake, I hit my PTO, and I go up. Open my tailgate, and she's lifted. But I'm still trying to figure out, I think if I put my foot on the brake, release, then I can rev it up as fast as I want. Put it in drive, roll forward, and then I'll hit my vibrator on a bit. When I was driving here, I kind of was just thinking, there's details and everything about this truck, and if you guys are interested, like I didn't want to make this video with the first video about the truck. I didn't want to make it too technical and kind of boring. So if you guys want to know more about the automatic Allison transmission, kind of specs about the truck, motor, stuff like that, I'm gonna leave it out of this video. Other than that, we're gonna keep hauling this topsoil and getting her done. I was gonna say we're gonna keep shifting gears, but we're not. It's a different day. I feel like in these videos, I always kind of wear different things and you guys are like, man, what's this guy's deal? You guys are coming with me right now to go head down. Actually, first, okay, this would be really cool. That's my ADD. My brain is just firing on all cylinders today. So we have our old Volvo that if you've been following for a while, you know that we had an old Volvo tandem. I sold it to a guy and it's here right now getting loaded. I'll show that. And then the portion that I was actually explaining about the entire truck, I filmed that whole segment, and today's Friday. You guys are watching this on Friday. As I was editing it, all my footage completely just shit the bed because the mic on this camera completely stopped working. So I'm gonna go down to the job site, refilm that, and do everything for you guys today. But first, this is the original truck, and there's Alan, he owns the truck. Alan Shade, what do you do? Landscaping, all that stuff?
Yeah, landscaping.
Landscaping. Actually, you know what? Because he's a good customer, I'll put all his stuff in the description down below. If you guys need landscaping, anything in Ottawa, reach out to him down below. I'll put his Instagram and website. We'll do that. But I wanted to show you guys this truck first because this is kind of what we started with, and then we're gonna go down and see the brand new one and kind of compare the two. Mind you, this is a tandem. So this is the truck that we started with. So this is our old Volvo tandem. He has the decals off, but you can still see the shape of our logo on this. This is a Volvo 1999, I believe, a Volvo tandem. It can haul about 15 ton. Okay, see you, buddy.
See ya.
Okay, we're here now. We're here at the truck, and like I said, the mic kicked out on the last thing, so I had to get the guys to completely stop the job site so I could come down here. So I'm gonna go through the truck, the things that I liked about it, things that I've noticed, and just kind of show you guys little specs on it. So what I was explaining in the video when it cut out was this little bottom piece here. We got that added on. Some people definitely hate it, some people like it. I'm not saying I absolutely love it, I'm not saying I absolutely hate it, but it's unique, it's different than any other kind of truck that's on the road, so I'm happy to see that. One thing that we did do that is actually not even related to anything is I got custom mud flaps done up. So we have our logo on all the mud flaps on the entire truck now. So the 4700 model doesn't come with, you know, all the bells and whistles as far as big chrome air filters and dual stacks. It has a single stack, the automatic drop axle, as well as it's actually a spiff axle. So it actually steers with the front tire, so you don't have to lift it up and down, and it automatically drops whenever it knows that a load is coming onto it, and it lifts whenever you put it in reverse. It has dual fuel tanks, so there's a fuel tank on this side as well as a fuel tank on the opposite side, and they obviously float over to each other. But one thing that I have noticed is if you fuel one side, it takes about half an hour for it to trickle over. So if you just fill one side, it almost will kind of just say you're 3/4 full rather than 100% full. Also, another thing with the suspensions, we didn't go with the airbag, the air ride suspension. We just went with the leaf and block. For me, logistically wise, why I did that, obviously it would be smoother if it was completely air, and I know that, but it's less things to go wrong. It's less airlines and less parts. So that's always a good thing, breakdowns and stuff like that. So that's why we went with that. The box of the truck, I have our logos on the center here. You can kind of see, I think whenever they were welding or something, it made kind of a bow in the back, but again, so I put that on. We have a single chute. I got a hitch for it set up because I'd like to buy a trailer and eventually pull our equipment to site. So I got a pinto hitch installed, ran wet lines to the back end and electrical outlets so we can hook a trailer up to this. That has air brakes or anything like that. It's set at 24 inches. That's what I set the hitch to. That's kind of a general height, so that's what that's at. All LEDs back here. I got them to add this LED on. It came with one, but it wasn't an LED, so I got them to put that on. It's a little more bright, especially last year we were trucking at nighttime, so that definitely helps at night. This side of the truck, pretty much the same. There's the other fuel tank, like I said. We have some marker lights here as well. Axle. This is our hydraulic tank, and then this box here is actually a box that you can automatically lower and raise the axle. So you can go in here. Basically, if you were hauling snow or something and it was super light, this would actually kind of steer you off the road because it was so light and would take weight off the front end. So if you're doing that, you go in here and do this, and you can manually lock down or manually lock up. We'll go inside the cab and have a quick look. So sitting in the cab, basically the steering wheel has all your steering wheel controls on it, has cruise control, has your volume. This has Bluetooth in it to talk on your phone so that you're totally hands-free. These are all auxiliary switches here. You got your headlight switches, your regen. It does do regen. It does take DEF fluid. That's your PTO. I'm not sure what work mode is. I'm still reading the owner's manual up on stuff. This is your trailer spike here. Obviously your brakes, and then this is all your selectors for your transmission. Now, I'll talk whenever I leave here so I don't hold these guys up even more. I'm going to talk about why we went with automatic. This seat here does, this seat does flip up so you can store stuff underneath it. And for our tower, for our controls, we went with a really nice kind of sleek chrome looking control. So you have lights to let you know about your tarp, tailgate. This is obviously serviced by Twin, and then I got it pumped for a pup, so it says pup tarp, pup suspension. Those are all the switchers, and then that's the switch for the vibrator there. Very roomy truck, very roomy. This is an air seat. It also has a heated seat on this one as well. Gonna get some seat covers for it so we don't ruin the leather. But that's pretty much a quick overview of the truck. I want you guys to let me know what details you want me to go in. Boys are just wrapping up doing the backfilling here at this house, this property. I'll let them get back to it now that we have that all done and over with, and we'll kind of talk about the automatic transition when we leave. But we'll let these guys get back to work. That's the truck. Listening to a little I'm a Man of Constant Sorrow by the Soggy Bottom Boys. I like that song. So automatic transmission. I know a lot of guys are I've gotten a lot of slack on Instagram if you're not following us on there. Follow us on there. Playing around in the concrete pile long enough, you're bound to get a chunk of rebar stuck in the tracks.
Yo, man, call me the gas, man.
But a lot of guys message me saying, oh, you ruined the truck by putting automatic in it, blah, blah, blah. But let me say this, I'm not gonna sit here and try to justify it. I love the automatic, and I'm a big promoter of the automatic. The pros and cons to that, the pros being there's less for the driver to worry about, less for the driver to do. He can just more focus on the safety of him driving. The con being, I find that it has less of a bottom end, as you can't put it in that cheater gear, the kind of low bottom gear, like a Super Bowl low gear. But that's kind of minor. If it's just on the highway, trucking out on rental or whatever, it's a great truck. I'm a huge fan of the automatic, and it's really, really hard, especially where we are in Ottawa. I'm not sure where you guys are watching from, but it's hard to find truck drivers right now. But I want your guys' input on automatic transmissions and everything down below, and get that kind of conversation started in the comments, because I think that it's a healthy conversation to say. And I feel like a lot of people that like automatic sometimes are scared to say they like automatic, because you get a lot of slack by the older truck drivers and even new truck drivers. You know, they like shifting the 18 gears. But when I drove it that day, I had a really awesome time. I could focus on my driving. I could listen to a podcast. I could have a coffee when I was driving down the road. So there's a lot of good things that I do like about the automatic, and I'm super, super, super happy that we went with the automatic. Very happy with the purchase. I'm gonna put a really cool picture here. That picture was exactly about 30 years ago. It was in 1990. That was my grandfather and my dad on the purchase of their first new triaxle, and the photo that I showed after that is a picture of me and my father with our first new triaxle. And I say ours because my dad is still very much a big part of the business. With me coming into it, I knew that we needed to grow, we're getting more work, and we need more trucks. So that was the reasoning behind the purchase of it. I got very emotional that day. It was a big day for us. It's a big purchase for us. You know, being almost $250,000 to purchase that truck. It's a big investment into the business, but I could not be more happy to see it in the yard finally. It's been about a 4-month process of actually getting it built, getting it PDI'd, putting the box on, paint, all that stuff. Super, super happy with what it is, and I want to thank you guys for the support on the channel with everything. All the new subscribers, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Show some support, hit the subscribe button. About 67% of you guys that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so please show some support. I want you guys to have an awesome Friday. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll make sure to catch you guys in the next one. Take care. And of course, I didn't forget about you guys, the True Patriots channel that watch the entire videos to the very end, which is right now. And if you happen to be one of those True Patriots, I want you guys to comment down below, congrats KWC team. Why congrats KWC team? It's not so much on my end that I want to see people congratulating myself, but this business is a team, we're a family, and I wouldn't be anywhere without every single employee and every single customer that makes KWC what KWC is. So all the boys, all our entire employees, girls, guys, everybody, they will see the comment, congrats KWC team. So if you guys watch the entire video to the very end, comment down below, congrats KWC team. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.